welcome back, and this is going to be my second video. So this second video is a tutorial on how to create a realistic bouncing ball animation using the principle of squash and stretch. Okay, so in this tutorial, you will learn to apply the squash and stretch to convey weight and motion, and using timing and spacing to show realistic acceleration and deceleration, and also understanding how material properties affect animation. So first things first, we are going to create a new file. Okay, you can click on the new file button and we will see this pop up. And from here, you can choose the templates, or you can fill in the size. Right now it's HD size, so it's 1280 times 720 pixels at default set to default frame rate, which is 30. I'm going to change that to 12 because this is a beginner tutorial, so we just need 12 frames per second. And just let the platform type as an action script 3.0 and then click on create. So once you click on create, we're going to zoom out one time, right? So you can see the stage size right here. Right here we have the timeline, the toolbars, and also the properties. I'm going to teach you two ways to animate the bouncing ball. First is the frame by frame animation, and then the other way is to use tweening. Okay, so the tweening is a bit complicated, but I think if you learn to use tween in some part of your animation, it will help you a lot. It will be useful in the future in your project. All right, so we have in the timeline layer 1 created, ready for you to add in a keyframe. So these are the frames. You can see right now, just now we changed the frame rate to 12, right? So 1 to 12 equals equals 1 second. Okay, so from here to here equals 1 second. So we have 12 image or drawings can fill in this timeline. So we're going to change the layer 1 and rename it to ground, because we're going to create a ground line using the line tool. Okay, I'm going to change the line color to red. And while you're creating the line, you can press shift to make sure that your line is straight. That's the stage. I'm going to lock this line, lock this layer. Okay, and create a new layer for the first ball. Okay, I'm gonna name this layer as ball underscore 1. Right. So using the oval tool in the tool panels, you can find this oval tool. Right. And create the first ball. You change the stroke to black. And I'm going to just leave the fill as yellow. You can fill whatever color you like, okay? You just need to click once and then change it to whatever color you like. But I like yellow. Right now we're going to make the first ball. There you go. Right. I'm going to change the stroke size to something a bit thinner. Okay, let's make it 7. Okay. And put it on the top right here. Since we're going to make it in 12 frames, so I'm going to add frames. On the 12 frames, we click right and insert frame. You can also use shortcut key for Windows, which is F5. You just need to press F5 and it will be added just like that. It's very important to use shortcut keys in the future. Once you master the shortcut keys, it will be very easy and you can animate much more faster. So master the shortcut keys. Remember it. Alright, now once we got the ground at 12 frames, we're gonna add a new keyframes. So new keyframes means that a new action. Right, so for the shortcut key, you can use F6 to add a new keyframe, or like I said, manually click right and insert keyframe. Just like that, a new keyframe is created. Okay, we're going to bring this new keyframe, downwards a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to turn on the onion skin so that we can see what happened in the frame before it. Okay, right, so once this happened, okay, I'm going to stretch the ball a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. And then F6, add a new keyframe, and then bring it down a little bit more. Then stretch it. And F6, do the same thing. Stretch a little bit more. F6. Now on frame number 6, it will touch, make a contact with the ground. Touch the ground. So F6. Okay, just make sure that it's nicely stuck on. Okay, it's nice. Now, within the transform tool, right, you have this the transformation point in the middle. You just bring the transformation point down. Then you can squeeze so you can see the difference between. Just now we stretch, and now we squeeze the ball. You can exaggerate a little bit, like if you want to make it a bit longer, it's okay as long as you maintain the volume and it's not too much, okay? Like I told you in the previous video, know your limit. Okay. Right. Now once it's squashed, it will bounce back. The ball will bounce back. So on frame number 7, F6, you are going to make it bounce back and stretch again. Okay. Sorry. It will slowly becoming a circle again. F6, 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 and F6. Okay, now we have all 12 frames ready. So you can preview our bouncing ball by pressing Ctrl Enter on the keyboard. And that is how it looks like. If you're still not satisfied with the result, you can always refine it by adjusting the shape or the timing. I'm just gonna adjust a little bit right here because I can see that the ball is a little bit floating when it's squashed, so it's supposed to touch the ground. Yes. All right. Control Enter. All right. Looks fine to me. And that's it. That's the first bouncing ball. Now, like I told you, there's 2 ways to do it. First is the frame by frame, and another one is using twin. So now let's create a new layer. On layer 3, name it ball underscore 2. Ball number 2. We're gonna use the same technique, which is using the oval tool, and create another ball. Let's color it a bit different this time. Let's make it pink. Pink is my favorite color. Now put it on the top. To use the twinning, you need to convert the ball into a symbol first. So we click right and convert to symbol. Let's name it ball 2 and change it to graphic. Okay, click OK. Now you need to click on the layer. Anywhere is fine actually. Just click right and create motion twin. Okay, right now there's no motion yet. Okay, we're gonna go to frame number 6. Frame number 6 and bring the ball down and touch the ground. And then we're gonna bring it up again. Alright, so it's like that. If we preview it right now, the ball is not stretching and squashing like the first ball did, right? Okay, so what we need to do is first, okay, click on the first frame, click right, insert keyframe all, so that whenever we do the, when we adjust the shape of the ball, it won't affect on the others. So just click insert keyframe all for all 3 keyframes that created. So keyframe all. Alright, so right now on frame number 5, I'm going to squeeze the ball. Using the free transform tool, you can rescale, you can rotate, and also you can distort a shape. So we're going to distort and squeeze it a little bit. Alright, there we go. And on the frame number 7, oh no, frame number 7, okay, squeeze it also. And frame number 6 is where we make a contact with the ground, so let's squash it. I think I need to bring like that, so that it won't like go overboard the ground line. Okay, so now let's see the result by pressing Ctrl Enter. Okay, which one is better? So there's 2 ways of creating a bouncing ball, and both is applying the squash and stretch principles. So I hope you enjoy learning in this tutorial and succeed creating your bouncing ball animation. And I'll see you again. Bye.